Hey everyone, welcome back to StorySpot, where we dive into some of the most fascinating stories from around the world. My name is Roger, and today, we'll explore the story of a man who shook the world by exposing the NSA's massive surveillance programs. In 2013, a former CIA employee and NSA contractor named Edward Snowden leaked thousands of classified documents to journalists. These documents revealed that the NSA, National Security Agency, was conducting widespread surveillance on millions of Americans and global leaders without their knowledge. But before we dive into Edward's story, let's understand what the NSA is. The NSA is a U.S. government agency responsible for monitoring and collecting foreign communications and intelligence. It was initially created to gather intelligence during the Cold War, but has since expanded its scope. By 2013, the NSA was not just tracking potential threats, but also collecting vast amounts of data on ordinary people. Now, on to Edward. Born in 1983, Edward Snowden joined the CIA in 2006, later working for the NSA as a contractor. In 2013, at just 29 years old, he fled to Hong Kong after collecting evidence of the NSA's secret activities. He felt the world needed to know the truth. Edward reached out to journalists Glenn Greenwald, Laura Poitras, and Ewan McCaskill. They met in Hong Kong, where Edward handed over the documents that would change everything. These leaks revealed that the NSA was not only spying on suspected terrorists, but also on American citizens, collecting phone records, emails, and even social media activity. They were listening to world leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff. Edward's leaks also showed that the NSA had tapped into the data centers of tech giants like Google and Facebook. This meant that the private information of millions of users worldwide was being monitored. The sheer scale of the surveillance was mind-boggling. The revelation sparked global outrage and led to a heated debate about privacy and government overreach. After the leaks, Edward became a wanted man. The U.S. government charged him with espionage and theft of government property. Edward sought asylum in various countries and eventually found refuge in Russia. In a dramatic escape, he flew from Hong Kong to Moscow with the help of WikiLeaks, only to find himself stranded at the airport when the U.S. revoked his passport. Despite being in Russia, Edward remained vocal about his actions. He argued that his leaks were in the public interest and that people had a right to know how their data was being used. He continued to give interviews and speak out on issues of privacy and surveillance. In Russia, he was granted temporary asylum, which was later extended indefinitely. The impact of Edward's revelations was profound. Governments worldwide were forced to reevaluate their surveillance policies. Edward's story is far from over. He continues to live in Russia, where he remains a polarizing figure. Some see him as a hero who stood up for civil liberties, while others view him as a traitor who endangered national security. His actions have sparked a global conversation about the balance between security and privacy in the digital age. The questions he raised about surveillance and privacy are more relevant than ever in our increasingly digital world. Thank you for watching this episode of StorySpot. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. We'll see you in the next video.